Hi guys, my name is Natalie. I'm a personal nail artist from Germany, and usually I do short form content mostly on my TikTok. I do have an Instagram. I'm very inactive on my Instagram, I have to say, just because there's not really any traction on there, so it's really motivating me to post there. But you can follow me on my Instagram, and I'll probably post more if there's more traction. You can also follow me on my TikTok and on my YouTube, where I do post videos as well. But again, there's not much traction. So I thought, how about I do a longer video, because usually I do longer videos also on my TikTok, but no one really is watching them. So I thought maybe I should just actually do a good old YouTube video. So what I'm planning to do today is this very, very cute, hopefully cute Hello Kitty set, because I have these Hello Kitty molds that I bought some time ago and I just never got to use them. So I have this sketch that I made. I'll probably blend this in somewhere because you can't really see it on my tablet. And yeah, let's get to work because I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be good.
Okay, so before I start with the process, you can enjoy this goofy sketch that I did of the nail set. I just want to say that I filmed a lot of the prep, and I don't know if that's the most interesting thing to watch, but I did include it, so you can watch it. But I'm gonna put a timestamp to where the nail art, so the nail design start, and you can skip forward if you want to. Alright, so I put my nails on the stands. As you can see, I have two different stands. Honestly, I like these better because they're smaller, as you can see. Look in comparison. And especially when I have like small nails, like the pinky, they don't really fit on these. But I'm using both because they break very easily. As you can see, I already like glued them a couple of times, but they break as well, so they're both fine. I just prefer these, the smaller ones. So I'm using the coffin shape. I love the coffin shape. I don't know why the coffin shape is not in trend anymore. I feel like everyone is doing almond, and I love me some almond as well, but my heart truly belongs to the coffin shape, for now at least. So what I'm gonna do is I'll file the ends of the nail tips. As you can see, they're not very clean. Oh, I don't know if it's in focus, but basically, let me try. I hope it's in focus. Basically, they have this little nums, this little plastic nums that I'll just file away. And afterwards, I would say that I'm going in with an acid-free primer. Problem is, I was gone for 2 weeks now, and I have left my bottle open like this. So what happened is that my whole primer dried out. So I can only blame myself, which sucks. So I'll just have to do what I did in the past, and what a lot of people do is I'll have to buff them. It works fine, and I did it for a lot of sets. I did it for a long time, just buffing the nails with a buffer. It just takes a very long time. Like, the second I switched to primer, I didn't switch back because it's just so easy, and I didn't have any problems with my primer. Also, what I really dislike about buffing the nails is that it's very tedious. Like, after some time, I can buff a nail. I can buff 2 nails. But to buff the whole set, like, after sometimes your hands kind of, or like your fingers start to hurt. And it's just very hard work, which is unnecessary if you can literally just do it in the quick and easy and fast way. But yeah, I have to buy me a new primer, very sadly. But I had to buy a new one either way because I was almost out. Still, I was kind of counting on you. So yeah, let's get to buffing. Okay, so I buffed all the nails and it was as annoying as I remembered it to be. I put base coat on, and now I'm ready to start with the designs. I'm gonna start with this finger because I think all of these are gonna be white. So I'm gonna do the nail that I don't know if I'm most excited about this nail, but I really want to do it. Alright, as you can hear, I switched to doing voiceover just because I was yapping so much and we don't want to be here for the next 2 hours, so I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. So, this nail will be a cat eye strawberry design. And let me tell you, this was a difficult nail. I struggled with it a lot. It was my problem child in the set. So we will go over this design, over this nail multiple times. So what I was trying to do here is trying to decide which cat eye I was gonna use for the base, because I have a very grainy, glittery cat eye and I have a more like smooth cat eye. So first I chose this one that you can see, the grainy. Listen, both of them are very, very beautiful. Um, I did go in with this one first and then I switched just because, as I did say in the beginning, I had to go over this nail a couple of times. So now I'm doing the cat eye, the pretty magnetizing. I love doing this and I especially love looking at it. And then I went over it with a red jelly, which is so pretty. It's exactly the red that I wanted. And from here on, the struggle starts. So I went in with a crisscross design for the strawberry and little seeds. And listen, it just didn't look that good. Oh, and as you can see, the camera quality changed from here on. I truly do not know why. I filmed it with the same settings, but it definitely looks different. And this is post me editing it. So I'm so sorry. I tried my best to make it look as good as possible, but yeah, the quality was very weird. It was very bad all of a sudden. It will get better after like half of this video, but just so you know, some of the clips will look weird. So this nail, as you can see, there are also cat eye strawberries, and here I chose the non-glittery cat eye, but you just can't see it. Like there's no cat eye in the strawberries, which is just so weird. I don't know if it's the red gel, if it's too pigmented, because I did try this method a couple of times and it worked every single time. But yeah, there was no cat eye in those strawberries, or just like if you were really focusing on them. So now I went back to the first nail and I tried to make the seeds green because I thought it will look better. It didn't. It didn't. I scrapped that off because that was really bad. So moving on from that nail, don't you worry, we will get back. I start working on the Hello Kitty charms, and honestly, look how cute. Ah, so nice. I did have to cut off the legs because I didn't want Hello Kitty to be sitting, but to be standing. So there was a lot of buffing. I had to do a lot of buffing, a lot of filing. So I then glued the charm on the nail, and I always go around the charms just so they're actually properly adjusted. This nail is just a heart out of rhinestones. And listen, I don't know why, but I always lose my rhinestones. I cannot put them on properly. So if you have a tip for that, please let me know. I then also tried to put some rhinestones on this nail. Honestly, it was just too bulky, and thank God I remembered that I had these little red stones, and truly they were perfect. They were perfect. They truly made this nail what it is. It just tied it up all together. So on the pinky, I went in first with some eyeshadow and then with some 3D gel, and I had to redo it a couple of times just because lately I've been using my rhinestone gel for my 3D designs, and I did try to use my 3D gel, but it just didn't work, so I had to redo it. Now I'm starting to work on my Hello Kitty charm, and I've seen this life hack that it's easier to color 3D art with a sponge. It didn't work. It didn't work. I tried. So I had to go over with my white paint like I think 3 times. Yeah, I was so close to giving up because throughout it it looked very bad. It was so not full coverage. But I think I got it somehow. And there was really not that much space as I hoped there to be. I still think I made it very cute. In the beginning, it was a little bit challenging because I did like 2 lines and I was like, okay, there's not much space anymore. And it looked very boring. But I think the bow that I added to the dress was truly the detail that it needed. And I also managed somehow to draw some little strawberries on the dress. I then took this hard nail again and I mixed some red gel with some cat eye to just give it this little something to make it pop. Then I went ahead and top coated that whole thing. And listen, for some reason, a lot of people hate how rhinestones look when they're top coated, but I don't get it. Like, I love top coating my rhinestones. I think they just look so juicy and so scrumptious, so I always top coat them. Now here start with some eyeshadow for the background, and then I went over it with some little cute white hearts. Now here I'm working on my second strawberry nail, and what I did now is I've put one layer of the red gel, then the cat eye, and then another layer of a red gel, and it turned out exactly like I wanted to. Now I immediately go in with the 3D gel to do the crisscross design. I also did change it in the first strawberry nail because this is exactly what was missing, was the 3D. I didn't film it though, but you will see it in the end. Here come the little white seeds. It was a little bit difficult with the 3D gel already in place, but I managed. And now we're almost at the end. We have 2 nails left. I did an aura background for this little Hello Kitty face that I again had to go over with the white, and this was harder because I already had a background that wasn't white, so it was much harder to not get any white gel on the background. Okay, so for the last 2 nails I just let the video footage roll because they're more simple. I don't have that much to say to them. And here's the finished nail set. Let me know what you think. I think it turned out to be so cute and so lovely. Funnily enough, it's kind of like Valentine's themed, with all the hearts and all the red and pink. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the set, what you think about this video, if you liked it. I will really appreciate if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And again, you can go ahead and follow me on my TikTok and on my Instagram. And maybe I'll see you next time. Bye bye!